Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 10-year rebuild. You guys seem to love the 10-year Arizona Cardinals rebuild. You guys crushed the like goal, getting 70 likes. I think I asked for 60s, but it's still going up. That video is still doing well, so I'm doing another 10-year rebuild. Let's see if we can hit 80 likes on this video. That would be insane. I don't think I've had ever that many amount of likes on any rebuild of mine on this channel, so getting 80 likes would be much appreciated. But as I said before, and as you can see from the title, rebuilding the Houston Texans for 10 years. A lot of you guys want me to do more like longer rebuilds, which I honestly don't know how people sit through like 3-hour rebuilds, but some people do. Usually my 10-year rebuilds video time lasts from an hour to like an hour 30, I would say, something around there. But a lot of you guys want me to go more in depth whenever I'm drafting, because in my Cardinals videos, you guys were like, whoa, how do you draft that well? I'm going to show you guys in today's video. I'll probably show you guys for the first few years how I go into the drafting and how I scout athletes and particular players. Certain players you should take in certain rounds, and then certain players you should just wait on or trade back, especially if you have a top 10 pick. Always try to trade back with a top 10 pick, because you can easily get 2, maybe even 3 first-round picks in the next season. It is vital for the team. But this is what we got for the team. As you can see, our starting quarterback is going to be CJ Stroud. Great pick by the Texans. We do not have a first-round pick, so I got to remember to give that up to the Arizona Cardinals, because they did trade away 2 first-round picks to trade back up for our superstar defensive end, Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama, 6'4", 253. He is going to be amazing for us along with CJ Stroud. Also, CJ Stroud gets Tank Dell. He is 5'8", so I'm going to keep him in the slot. They brought in Noah Brown, Robert Woods, got Damian Pierce, who's an 82. In the next Madden, he should be like an 88. I didn't really look into the overalls yet until the game really comes out. Got Juice Scruggs in the second round. Kenyon Green was honestly a really bad first-round pick. Hopefully he can develop, because you should have picked Zion Johnson. I don't know why they picked Kenyon Green over Zion Johnson. But Laramie Tunsil, I think he got paid as the highest offensive tackles. He was like a 2-time highest paid offensive tackle in the league for quite a while, and I think his contract is about to be ending too. Titus Howard, I think that's a first-round bust. Am I correct about this? I want to see if he was a first round. I just need to know it for me. Yeah, he's a first round bust. They got Dalton Schultz, severely underrated. I don't know why he shouldn't have at least star dev. Defensively, of course, Will Anderson, Chase Winovich, they brought in Jerry Hughes, Shaquille Griffin, or yeah, it's Shaquille. Shaquem is a linebacker. Derek Stingley is going to be DB number 1, of course. Jalen Petrie, Jimmy Ward, a little bit on the older side, but nice. Denzel Perryman, very underrated linebacker. I believe he led the Raiders in tackles for 1 year. Very underrated. Steven Nelson, Shaquille Griffin, Desmond King, who's going to be playing in our slot probably. So doing a 10-year rebuild of the Houston Texans. Hopefully CJ Stroud can pan out. Tank Dell is definitely going to be my slot here. Stingley is going to be my slot as well. I want him to get so many reps. And yeah, team is looking pretty good, like what we got for year 1. Maybe it's a playoff team. I don't know. In Madden, they're not that bad on paper. They're an 80, 78 overall. Not horrible, but not amazing. So let's move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, as we are 4-2 top the division. Got a breakout DB. I'm going to keep the auto-generated rookies. Someone in my last video said they wanted realistic draft classes, but you never know who's going to be good and going to be bad until like literally the month before the draft. Sometimes people's draft stock drop tremendously. Derek Stingley is going to have a breakout challenge. That would be crazy if we can get him to superstar before the year ends. Could possibly get him to X Factor by the end of the year. Coming off a loss to the Raiders, scouting national focus. I'm going to do receiver here. Having Tank Dell and Robert Woods are not the best. I mean, Tank Dell is probably going to be pretty good, but I still need more than just Tank Dell, of course. Players ready to negotiate. We are going to have Shaquille Griffin. 3 years. I'm not going to be. I would like 2 years. Let's do player friendly. Player friendly, 2 years, increase the bonus. How does that sound? He resigns on that. I like that a lot better. Dalton Schultz. I was thinking more like 3 years. 4 years would not be bad. I don't want to pay you $10 million a year. It depends how you play this year. If you get 1,000 yards, I'll resign you. If not, no. Devin Singletary doesn't want to be here, so I'm not going to force him here. Same thing with Denzel Perryman, Desmond King, Sheldon Rankins, Noah Brown. Nobody wants to play for us. Jacob Martin, no. The rest of these guys are just irrelevant. So I'm on a maybe on Dalton Schultz. I don't know yet. Trade offers for I was about to say Derek Stingley. No. Devin Singletary. Man, it's going to be so nice to get him off the team so I can stop mispronouncing it by accident. But let's see what we got for Derek Stingley as we're getting a win against the Titans. And I knew it. Let's go. Derek Stingley gets the superstar dev boost. That is huge for year one, especially since he's going to be DB number 1. So let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, top of the division, 13-4 with the first round bye. Offensive points per game first. Passing game is first with Robert Woods and Tank Dell. Rushing game is 22nd. Defensive points per game is 23rd. But hey, first round bye, definitely good. Oh my, CJ Stroud having the best rookie year ever. That's MVP for sure. 100% MVP. Yes, that's X Factor. I don't care what anyone says. If you get MVP in your rookie year, you're getting X Factor. And first offense and best offense in the entire NFL and the 8th best defense. 5,500 yards, 52 touchdowns, too many interceptions, but still 106 pass rating is great. Still an amazing year. Dameon Pierce, 17 touchdowns, 4.0 per carry, 1,000 yards. Robert Woods, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns. That's superstar dev. 121 receptions. Tank Dell with 110 receptions. That's superstar dev as well. 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns in his rookie season is crazy. Noah Brown, 11 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. That's star dev. Schultz really didn't put up the numbers I expected, so I probably won't re-sign him. But defensively, Denzel Perryman, 111 tackles for a loss, 18 for Will Anderson, sacks, 13 for Will Anderson, 11.5 for Chase Winovich. Will Anderson having a great rookie season as well. Derek Stingley with 5 interceptions, 0 safeties, and 1 defensive touchdown. You couldn't have a better start. You couldn't ask for a better start from this team in a 10-year rebuild. Crazy what CJ Stroud did in his rookie year. League MVP. I don't think anyone's ever done that. League MVP in the rookie year. 13-4 Houston Texans versus the 10-7 Miami Dolphins. They are 4 overalls higher than us, but we have the league MVP QB, and he's going to win 24-21 here to face the 11-6 88 overall Bills. They're 7 whole overalls higher than us. Let's see if we can beat them. Here we are against the Buffalo Bills, as it is a 3-0 start for them, and it is 3-7. Good stuff. 3-14, 10-14 at the second quarter, 17-14 at halftime. Okay, 21-17, take back the lead. Oh, they were about to take it right back. Come on, offense. Separate the gap a little bit more. 23-21, 26-21, final drive, 27-26, and we're going to do it. 27-26 as your rookie, offensive rookie of the year and your league MVP is going to the Super Bowl. Well, that was a quick rebuild as we are here to face the 13-4 Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see what we have for the team upgrades. Everyone on offense basically should get one. CJ Stroud, why can't I see his development? Oh, it's because he's got an upgrade and it glitched him out. What is his overall? Well, what is his dev trait? It should be X Factor. It is Superstar. It's going to be X. You win the league MVP in your rookie year, you're getting X Factor. You can complain in the comments. I don't care. I'm giving him an X Factor with 7 skill points. Is crazy. Tank Dell got up to Superstar, so that's why I glitched. Robert Woods got up to Star. And Noah Brown just had like 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. That deserves at least Star Dev, so I'm going to give him Star Dev as well. Our entire offense gets a boost for that. That's great to see. O-line looking good right now. Defensively, Christian Kirksey gets Star Dev. Toe, I forgot that we had him. Stingley has Superstar, of course, after that breakout. Any other upgrades? Will Anderson doesn't get X Factor after having 13 sacks in his rookie year, which isn't a bad thing, but still. Anyways, let's see if we can beat the Philadelphia Eagles in year 1. Here we are against the Philadelphia Eagles. I forgot to upgrade the skill points on CJ Stroud, so that might screw us, honestly, because having those 7 extra overall skill points to our quarterback would have been so helpful, but I just forgot to do it. But anyways, 14-14 right now in the third quarter. Still a great game, 21-14. If we don't win it year 1, I won't be pressed about it. We still have a whole another 9 years to do it, and it is going to be no final game-winning drive for CJ Stroud. 21-31, maybe a different outcome, but realistically, the Eagles are a better team. So I can't really be too pressed about this, but let's see who the Super Bowl MVP is. Your Super Bowl MVP is Darius Slay. CJ Stroud wins the league MVP, and he wins Rookie of the Year, and Will Anderson wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. So Will Anderson honestly should have got a player upgrade for that, but I'm not gonna argue with it. He already started with Superstars. So let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, Case Keenum retires with a Super Bowl loss. Imagine if he just snuck a ring in there, didn't even have to do anything. Players ready to negotiate. Dalton Schultz just didn't have the year compared to everyone else, and I'll give you 2 years. That's what I'll give you. Okay, he resigns. 2 years is all I'm giving him. Devin Singletary can walk. He doesn't want to be here. Really, nobody wants to be here after having a Super Bowl run? Crazy. Let's move into free agency. After free agency, I got superstar linebacker Miles Jack and strong safety Deshaun Elliott, who I moved to left outside linebacker. He's 6'1", 210, so he kind of fits the profile, and he will be a coverage linebacker in our 4-3 scheme, so he does fit the scheme. Let's move into the draft. So here in the draft, I didn't really find anyone that I really liked that much. I'm taking best player available. Also, I did remember that I had a first round pick from the Browns because of Deshaun Watson. So I'm getting that pick, and I'm also I traded away my other pick to the Cardinals because, of course, we traded away 2 first round picks to get Will Anderson. So Derek Bakley is the guy that I'm looking at here. His skills, solid, good. It's not crazy, but he does run 4.44. That's nice to see. A catching, B tackle, B zone coverage is what I'm mainly looking at. You want B's or above, and you want them to be a good athlete at the minimum. And he is solid here, but you also, the big thing in scouting is you don't want to take the people at the tip top of the board, because the people at the tip top of the board, like this guy, it means there's something wrong with them. Yes, elite speed looks great. He looks like a great athlete. But C zone coverage, B awareness, having C to F man coverage means there's something wrong with them. Most likely that they're going to have normal dev, like this offensive lineman. How has he not gone off the board yet? Looks great, great strength, A's, B's. He honestly looked like he could be a steal in the second round if he falls there. But as of right now, I don't want to pick him. This guy right here, Alex Hall, 5'11", 192. This guy, honestly, he looks better than the last one. Now that I'm looking at him, I think I might take this guy because he has B man coverage. The only bad thing here would be he would have D awareness potentially, but there's a reason why he's at the top of the board here and nobody's touched him. But at the same time, there are other DBs that are falling here. This guy doesn't look horrible. I'm at pick 24. And I think I'm actually going to end up taking this guy, even though projected number 6 right here isn't that bad. You don't want to pick like the top 3 guys who haven't been taken, because these guys are all round 1 projections. We're in the late first round. Those guys should have been gone. Alex Hall, almost 200 pounds, 5'11", B's across the board, elite athleticism, really. I mean, elite in terms of acceleration, great speed, 4.29. I'm going to take a shot on him. He could have normal dev, and that's the reason why he's at the top of the board. I should have taken my own advice. He still looks very, very good, though. I want to start him year 1 just so that way he can have a chance at getting star dev. Getting your player rookie of the year is the key to developing your player. They get so much XP, and with this athleticism, really, and these skills, he's going to be a high overall. Just not having the dev is the real killer here, and that's why you don't take players at the top of the board. That's my problem with it. But he's a great athlete. So if you're doing an in-game thing where you're playing play by play, then this would be a good pick. But in simulation, you want the devs. That's the thing here. So I should have taken my own advice, but I still think I can develop this guy. Now in the second round, I'm in late second round, so it says 3 to 4 round projection, but still, he has the size. You want to look for the strength is the main thing, but this guy has elites across the board. You want to look for athletes, specifically the strength, but this dude looks so good in terms of speed, and he has A's and B's, round 3 to 4 projection. If you're in the second round and says round 3 to 4 projection, don't be afraid to reach on offensive linemen, because they will most likely have development traits just like this guy. I'm in the late second round, 6'3", 320 pounds. Hidden development is the key thing you need on linemen, because they rarely get upgrades unless they get offensive lineman of the year, which is very rare. But the skills is where you want it. The A's, the B's, elite athleticism, 82 jumping as a lineman is crazy. 85 strength is solid, and he's going to be our right tackle to replace Titus Howard. So this is the team after the draft. CJ Stroud's already an 88 overall, and this guy Spencer Richards, seems to be pretty good in terms of overall for a late second round pick. I'm going to move him to right tackle above Titus Howard for sure. He's going to be the starter. Tank Dell is going to be wide receiver 2. I didn't really like any receivers in that draft. None of them really wowed me. Defensively, not looking that great. I need to on the D-line other than Will Anderson. Hall is a 78 overall. That was a really good pick. He just didn't have the dev. Derek Stingley is going to be DB2, and Hall is definitely going to be my slot and my starter, so that way I can get him in as many reps as he possibly can. And yeah, the rest of the team looks pretty good for right now. I don't know if we're going to be better, we're going to be worse. We do have an X-Factor quarterback now, even though he was star before. So let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, as we are 6-1 top of the division, coming off a division-clinching win against the Titans. Handing them their first loss, too, is amazing. And again, I am going to scouting national focus the wide receivers once again, and that is the third strength of the class, so I need that for sure. What is the problem with the team? The defensive passing game. Really? I wouldn't think our defensive passing game is actually pretty good. And Laremy Tunsil, I do want to bring him back, of course. Let's do a 6-year deal with him. I want him back for a long time. Bring the length down? What? Shaq Mason, I do want you back on this team, so I'm going to do a 4-year deal with him. I'll trade him or cut him if it gets that bad. Jimmy Ward, I want to see how far you regress. I'm going to wait on that. Robert Woods, he had a crazy season with us last season. I'm going to see how far he regresses. I'm going to wait. Titus Howard can walk. The kicker and punter, I already drafted one in this draft, so they don't really matter. Christian Kirksey, I don't care about. The rest of them don't really care about either. I'm just going to wait on a couple of players who are aging, so let me see what we got in the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, here to face Deshaun Watson's revenge tour as the Titans steal the division from us after the loss to the Colts. That blows, dude. Really sucks. But stats and awards, CJ Stroud still balling, dude. Is that MVP or close to it again? He is, wow, really Deshaun Watson third for MVP? Not really, number 10 for MVP. Best offense in the NFL defensively. I guess I shouldn't focus on receiver. 18th. Yeah, I need to focus on D-line. 5,300 yards, 38 touchdowns. Interceptions are still a problem, but still 105 pass rating is great. And Dameon Pierce, 19 touchdowns, 4.4 per carry, 1,300 yards. That's a real breakout season right there. Robert Woods, he needs another contract. Dude, still balling. 9 touchdowns, 1,600 yards, 116 receptions. That deserves X Factor. Nico Collins doing well. Tank Dell doing well as well. Let's see what we got. Defensively, Miles Jack, 161 tackles, deserves X Factor, 130 solo as well. Tackles for a loss, 16 for Will Anderson. Sacks, 19 for Will Anderson, deserves X Factor. We're going to have a lot of X Factors. Miles Jack also with 7 interceptions. He's going nuts, dude. 1 safety for Will Anderson and defensive touchdown for Miles Jack. That's got to be Defensive Player of the Year. Let's see what we got against Deshaun Watson in the massaging Cleveland Browns. To move on to the divisional round, we beat them 22-15. Here to face the 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round to move on to the conference championship. And CJ Stroud will not go back. Let's move in to the offseason. And the Dolphins beat the Eagles this time in the Super Bowl. This time the Eagles lose the Super Bowl, as you can see, and Tua wins the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP. Really? How? I mean, Aaron Donald wins Defensive Player of the Year. That's understandable. Miles Jack went crazy. And I didn't get Defensive Rookie of the Year for Alex Hall, which really sucks. He had a lot of reps, too. Hopefully he develops. I don't know if I can develop him now. Dameon Pierce getting Superstar Dev. Robert Woods just had back-to-back 1,600 yards, 100-plus yard reception seasons. He's getting X Factor. I don't care, dude. He's getting the X Factor. I don't care how old he is. The man is going. And also, Nico Collins just had a 1,300-yard season with, 9 touchdowns? Dude's also getting Star Dev. I don't care what you guys say in the comments. These are fair upgrades. 100% fair. Tank Dell had 1,100 yards, so that's superstar worthy. So he's going to stay where he's at right there. And defensively, Will Anderson gets X Factor. Miles Jack gets X Factor. Hall stays the same, which sucks, dude. But, yeah, I don't think there's anyone else that I was going to say got X Factor. Yeah. Hall not getting Dev up really blows, but still, he's going to be a good slot player. Let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, Jerry Hughes, Danico Autry, and Matt Paradis on the Jaguars all retire from the NFL. Let's see what we have for the players ready to negotiate. Is we're going to have Laremy Tunsil once again. He didn't like the year, so I'm going to go player-friendly 4-year. We're just going to do that. He resigns on the team. Jimmy Ward, he can honestly walk. Robert Woods, of course I'm going to need you back. I'm going to do player-friendly 2-year, increase the bonus for him. Great year. He resigns 2 years after having that baller of a season. It's low risk for us because he still is aging and he's only a 76 overall. But still, let's see what we got in free agency. After free agency, I got Kenny Moore to improve on our DB room because Shaquille Griffin is not going to be on this team much longer after the season. Jerry Jeudy to replace Robert Woods eventually if Robert Woods does fizzle out after the season. Logan Wilson as a right outside linebacker and Isaiah Simmons as a strong safety. If I move Isaiah Simmons, if you guys watch my Cardinals 10-year rebuild, he was an animal at defensive end. He can put up like 20 sacks a season at defensive end, but I need him at strong safety, and he is a superstar, and he's young, so he's going to replace Jimmy Ward. So I'm going to keep him there. But anyways, let's move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up Phil Harris out of Tennessee. 6'3", 278, 86 strength, good athleticism for his size. Hidden development is the big thing. A, power moves, A, tackle, B, play rec. He's now Will Anderson will no longer be by himself and have another defensive line piece help. Here we are after the draft. Looks like the AI picked up this guy named Walton. Sure, he can be a running back number 2. Robert Woods, is he going to play in the slot for us? He is going to be in the slot, so he's going to get more targets. Going to be even more of a beast. Harris is a 76 overall pass rusher. That looks great. I need to fix my defensive tackle situation. 76 overall, period. Got a 67 overall free safety, apparently, and this guy, good too. That's nice to see. And yeah, DBs are looking nice. Defense is looking nice. I definitely need to work on the defensive tackles. There wasn't really a strong class for it. But anyways, let's move in to honestly the playoffs. I don't need the midseason mark anymore. We're a playoff team almost every single season. Probably just jinxed that, but let's move into the playoffs. And here we are once again in the playoffs. No worries with this team. Our rushing game is 28th because of our scheme, but it's fine. Defensive rushing game. See, this way I need to focus on getting my defensive tackles. 87 overall team, 12-5, top of the division, first round bye. Coming off a loss to the Patriots. Doesn't matter, so the first round bye. CJ Stroud is a baller, bro. Second for MVP behind Patty Mahomes. 7th best offense in the NFL, and defensively, we are 8th. What do we got here? 5,300 yards at 45 touchdowns. If he lowered the interceptions, he would be better. He's slowly getting better. It was 17, then 16. Now it's 13. Getting better. And 113 pass rating is great. Had a huge problem with Kyler Murray, but evidently don't have a problem with that quarterback here. Damian Pierce, 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry, 13 touchdowns. He's still a superstar, still doing great. Jerry Jeudy, 129 receptions, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. That's what happens when you put him on a team with an amazing quarterback. Tank Dell, 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Robert Woods, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. See, he took a step back, but still a great season. Dalton Schultz not putting up what I expected him to. Jerry Jeudy's definitely going to get superstar for doing that. Defensively, Miles Jack, 153 tackles, 115 for Logan Wilson. Tackles for a loss, 15 for Will Anderson. Sacks, 19 for Will Anderson. 9 for Phil Harris, the rookie, is great. Interceptions, 6 for Miles Jack. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Another great season, but the Chiefs are always going to be our biggest problem since Patrick Mahomes is in the same conference as us. Let's see what we got. Divisional round, Denver Broncos, Jerry Jeudy's former team. See what he can prove them wrong. Let's move on to the conference championship, and he does not prove them wrong. 42-31. Let's move into the offseason. And the Cowboys crush the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. And Phil Harris wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, so that means he should have at least Superstar Dev. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna have a crazy good defensive line. What do we got offensively? Robert Woods still has the X factor. Wow, CJ Stroud is already almost up to a 99 after we use that skill point on him. Jerry Jeudy just had 130 receptions and 1,600 yards. Baller ass year. He deserves X Factor, but I'm only going to give him Superstar just to keep it friendly to my comment section who's going to blow up at me for cheating. You're cheating. I'm not. Phil Harris gets Superstar Dev. Really, Logan Wilson, 115 tackles? I guess he was outshadowed by Miles Jack, but still, he had a great season. I'm not going to give him Superstar Dev. Everyone else on this team looks still pretty good. Again, defensive tackle is still a problem. Let's move to the re-signings. In the AFC South, Jordan Poyer retires on the Colts. I don't want to spend too much money in free agency because I know I'm going to have to pay out Tank Dell and CJ Stroud, which is going to be a huge payday. Dalton Schultz, honestly, he's never put up I don't think 800 yards with us. I can move on from Shaquille. Nico Collins he's not bad. He's probably not going to make it to an 85 overall because he's already 26. Davis Mills, I forgot to trade him. That sucks. Okay, I need to start simulating to the midseason mark so I can trade players like this, not just miss out on anything. So I guess I need to start doing that. Can I just steal him for 1 year just to tag him on the team? Just take the bonus money. I'm not gonna tag him. How much does it take? I'm not giving you $15.2 million just to tag you for 1 year. I would like to trade you for a 3rd round pick, but I can't. Let's move into free agency. Here we are after free agency, solidifying our defensive line with 97 overall Dexter Lawrence and getting Devontae Smith to eventually replace Robert Woods, because I'm probably not going to re-sign him after this season. He's already a 75 overall. But let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm selecting another defensive tackle to pair with Dexter Lawrence. Donald Glenn out of Oklahoma, 6'2", 300 pounds, 90 strength, 79 speed at being 300 pounds is crazy. Hidden dev, A finesse moves, A play rec, A tackle. He looks great. Now, this is the team moving into year 4. It looks like the AI picked up this guy named Gregory, because I definitely didn't choose this guy for sure. And it looks like they also picked up another good running back. Walton seems to be a star dev. Bracket, don't know who that is. Rayburn, I picked up in the 2nd round. 73 overall is good. He's just not going to be good enough. Is Tank Dell playing in the slot? No. I want either Tank Dell or Robert Woods. Robert Woods, I'm going to put him in the slot. His production has been crazy. I can't just not put him there. Tank Dell is going to be receiver 3, Devontae Smith. Receiving core is going crazy. CJ Stroud, good offensive line behind him. There's nothing for him to complain about, and he's been doing amazing, so nothing for me to complain about either. Glenn, I guess it automatically revealed as dev. Oh no, my coaching staff just has that ability. I guess they put franchise staff points into it, but he only has star dev, which kind of sucks, but still, he's a good pair with Dexter Lawrence because we've had one of the worst run defenses in the league for quite a while. I guess I'm going to need to pick up another defensive back. Hall is not a bad slot at all, but more depth at DB would be nice, and more depth at defensive line would be nice too. Having 67s in the third string is not the best. Maybe more depth at middle linebacker would be nice as well. Having depth at defenses, it does really help simulation, but anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 6-1 top the division in contention with the Indianapolis Colts. It used to be the Titans. Breakout quarterback. I don't know how he's going to break out even more, so I'm just going to skip that. I don't care about his XP points because I think he's already a 99. Like, who cares? I don't need a receiver anymore. I want more depth at defensive tackle for sure. Having depth at defensive tackle really does help in simulation. Same thing with middle linebacker. That's why you see me draft them so often. Defensive passing game is 29th. Interesting. That's their only bad thing. But let's see what we have here. We have Dameon Pierce, who doesn't want to be here because we're not champions. Okay. Wants to be a champion, I'm just going to pay him. If he doesn't, okay, even though he doesn't want to be here, I'm still going to tag him. He needs to be on this team. Jalen Petrie, I'm giving player-friendly contract. He's going to resign. Tank Dell doesn't want to be here. I don't care. You're coming back. You need a bigger fit for me. Dude, you're receiver 4 right now, aren't you? Receiver 3, technically. Robert Woods isn't going to be here next year. Kenyon Green, real life, he sucks, but who knows? He could develop in Madden, and he is star dev, and he's young, and he was cheap, so I just signed him to a 5-year deal. And Juice Scruggs doesn't want to be here. I still want to pay him. He's going to get $12 million a year to be our starting center. And Robert Woods, sorry, Rud. You had a great run. I just can't have you anymore on this team. I know it's dirt cheap to keep him, but I already have 3 receivers that want to get paid too, and I can't be paying more and more players. You had a great run with us. Amazing run, actually. Very, very good. But let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we are 12-5 top the division. Wow, the Colts went from 5-2 to 7-10. Completely fell off. Our rushing game 23rd. Passing game is 23rd as well, which is interesting. See, our rushing defense is still not amazing, but CJ Stroud always amazing. 9th best offense, 18th best defense. CJ Stroud hasn't had a single season below 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, 11 receptions. I'm glad he's cleaning that up. 106 passer rating. Dameon Pierce, 13 touchdowns, 4.7 per carry, 1,100 yards. Devontae Smith, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. A great Jerry Jeudy, 5 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Robert Woods. Still, that's a good season, but I still have Tank Dell behind him who needs the reps. So defensively, Miles Jack, 130 tackles. Logan Wilson, 126 tackles for a loss. 20 for Phil Harris. What a run stopper. Sacks, 13.5 for Will Anderson. 12 for Phil Harris. He's going to be great. 3 interceptions for Miles Jack. Safeties on the team, 1 for Will Anderson, 1 for Phil Harris. Defensive touchdowns is 0. This is Miles Jack window because I'm pretty sure he's like 31 now. I need him to win. Let's see if we can beat the Miami Dolphins in the wildcard round to move on to the divisional round. And we do. 41-13. God, this is going to be our problem. 99 overall quarterbacks face off here, but it's Patrick Mahomes. He's a little bit different. He's a little bit better than a 99. He just proves it right there. 35-21. Let's move into the offseason. And the Raiders beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Really? So the Chiefs just beat us just to lose to the Raiders. Okay. Lamar Jackson wins league MVP on the Giants. Buster Cherry wins Coach of the Year, baby. Let's go. And there are no other awards for the Texans other than I get Coach of the Year, but I don't get a first-round bye. Interesting. Okay, let's see what our team upgrades are. Offensively, we are the exact same. Defensively, we are the exact same. Okay, unfortunate. I'm pretty sure Will Anderson already had X Factor. Yeah, that is quite unfortunate, but still, team's great. Let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, Matt Judon and Garrett Bowles both retire on the Indianapolis Colts' failed season. Players ready to negotiate. We're going to have Dameon Pierce here for sure. I'm going to give him the same thing, dude. I'm going to give him the same thing. Increase his bonus, actually, by a little bit. He resigns. Tank Dell. I'm gonna give him a very player-friendly contract, increase his bonus. He wants to play for a new team. I'm going to tag him. He's already 27. Damn, Robert Woods is 75. Sorry, he's going to have to go. I'm going to tag Tank Dell for sure. 31 million is crazy. I'm going to skip on free agency because I still have to pay my 99 overall quarterback, which is going to be a huge contract. So let's move into the draft. in the first round, I'm picking up Miles Jack's replacement because he is like 30 or 31 now. Deron Jackson out of Ohio State. 90 speed is crazy for a linebacker. Hidden dev, A awareness, B block shedding, B tackle. He looks great. Here we are moving into year 5, I believe. Team looks so crazy. So good. O-line looks great as well. Shaq Mason is getting old, isn't he? He is. He's 33, but he's still an 85 overall, which is nice. Gregory might take the place, but how old is Gregory is the question. Already 24. I don't like that, so he probably won't be the guy. Sanborn, I drafted this guy, Haywood, in the second round. I'm drafting good overall tight ends. I just keep missing on the dev trades. But Deron Jackson looks like a baller. 75 overall is great. He's going to replace Miles Jack, who's an 89 without the boost. He is 30 years old currently, so even as a second-string linebacker, that's still nice to see. And Bishop, I got in like the third round, 70 overall with the boost, so not good, not bad either. Definitely want more depth at DB. For sure, so I need to focus on that in the next draft because defense is what's holding us back, really. But let's move in into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-3. What happened? Our defense is collapsing. Okay. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Going to DB here. Our defense is just suddenly collapsing out of nowhere. I have great receivers. My offense is ranked 2nd in the league. God, that's really stupid. Braden Mann, well, I don't even know why I'm not getting punters off here, but CJ Stroud, this is the contract I was waiting for. Player friendly because he does have an interest in being here. He resigns on a 7-year massive deal. Will Anderson, shit, I can't resign Will Anderson and Stingley and Jack and oh my God. Someone's going to have to eat shit here. Oh, this is going to be bad. Miles Jack is going to have to go. Stingley needs to stay. I'm not going to do player friendly. I can't afford it. Do a 7-year deal with me, please. He resigns on that. I have $3.5 million. Who is consuming my cap other than the massive deal I just gave to CJ Stroud? Let's go to team salaries. Who is doing this? Who is devouring my cap room? CJ Stroud, Dexter Lawrence, Derek Stingley, Devontae Smith, Laramie Tunsil. I shouldn't have signed Devontae Smith if I'm being a real. Jerry Jeudy, Logan Wilson, Shaq Mason. I may have to just toss out Shaq Mason. He's going to go to the Chargers, dude. He's old. A 3 and a 6 would be fair for this. He's old. He's still a good overall. I can't deal with his cap hit whenever I need to pay players so desperately. He's going to have to go. I won't be able to re-sign Tank Dell probably. Kenyon Green I just paid. Phil Harris. I still got to pay Phil Harris too. Damn, dude. This is going to be rough. Let's move in to the playoffs. From 3-3 to 4-13. They're like, as soon as CJ Stroud got that contract, he's like, we on top, baby. The defense locked in too. Stingley's like, oh, I just got a big contract. Lock in. Let's see what we got. CJ Stroud balling out. 7th best offense in the league. Defense. 1st best defense, finally. First season under 5,000 yards, still 46 touchdowns, 11 receptions, amazing ratio, 111 pass ratings, great. Dameon Pierce, 17 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, 1,200 yards, great. Devontae Smith, 113 receptions, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. That might be X factor. Jerry Jeudy, 8 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Tank Dell, 10 touchdowns. Sam Rayburn doing not bad at all, putting up the Dalton Schultz numbers, but Miles Jack, 142 tackles. I might have to lose him this season. Tackles for a loss, 19 for Will Anderson. Sacks, 24 for Will Anderson. He's got to resign. Dexter Lawrence with 10.5. Phil Harris with 10.5. Interceptions, 9 for Derek Stingley. He locked in after that contract. Safeties, 1 for Dexter Lawrence, and 2 defensive touchdowns for Derek Stingley. So, please, this has got to be the win year. If we do not win it with this team, we are going to struggle. We are going to struggle bad here against the 10-7 Indianapolis Colts. Division rivals, we got to win. Come on. Come on. There it is. 47-14 here to face the previous reigning Super Bowl champions. Well, the reigning Super Bowl champions. Let's see if we can beat them. Here we are against the Las Vegas Raiders. 3-0 start, 3-3 now. 10-3. Offense respond, 10-10. Nice response there. Come on, get our first lead of the game, please. 17-10. 13-17 at halftime. Hold this. 20-20 now, third quarter. 27-20. What a battle, dude. 27-34. Hold. 37-27. Your Houston Texans are going back to the Super Bowl after 5 years. Well, 4 years later, Tyler Salieve is the new Raiders quarterback with 0 touchdowns. CJ Stroud also with 0 touchdowns. How do we put 37 points up then? Interesting. Let's move into the Super Bowl. Here we are on the Super Bowl, here to face the 10-7 Detroit Lions. Both of these teams have never won a Super Bowl, but we are 5 overalls higher. We deserve it. Devontae Smith gets X Factor, and he's a 99. I really should not have paid for him, if I'm being honest, because now I'm in a bad cap situation. Sam Rayburn gets star dev, is awesome. I don't know why Gregory... Is Gregory a left guard or something? Why is he not... He's a left tackle. Okay. Interesting. But, sorry, Shaq Mason. You had to be the one to bite the bullet. Stingley gets up to X Factor now. Let's go. That's huge for the team that he gets up to X Factor now. So good. Deron Jackson, we still don't know his development yet, but let's see what we got against the Detroit Lions to see which team can get their first ever Super Bowl win. Here we are against the Detroit Lions. 7-0 start for us. They respond 7-7 here. 14-7. 21-7. 2-score lead. 3-score lead at halftime. Okay, they respond at the beginning of the half. No, don't choke this. What are you doing? 31-21, 28-31. Don't choke. 38-28, 35-20, 38. Thank God we had that huge lead in the first half. The Lions turned it on in the second half, but the Lions will not ever get a Super Bowl win. Poverty. Your Houston Texans are no longer in poverty. As soon as I passed out those contracts, we locked in. 3-3 mid-season mark. Finished 14-3, locked in, won the Super Bowl, and they still have Jared Goff as their quarterback? No, Gregory Becht as their quarterback. He had 4 touchdowns. Let's see who your Super Bowl MVP is. Your Super Bowl MVP is CJ Stroud. Buster Cherry wins back-to-back Coach of the Year. Will Anderson wins Defensive Player of the Year. We've already seen the team upgrades. Now for the hard part, the re-signings. Let's move into it. In the AFC South, DeAndre Hopkins retires with the Titans, which is actually realistic considering he may be signing there in real life, and Brandon Scherff retires on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate. Will Anderson is a must-have. He needs to come back. What does he want? He doesn't like our scheme fit? If that was all that he... Oh, if I knew that, that would have been wraps. Tank Dell has an interest now because we're historic champs. He doesn't like our scheme. Honestly, after he's already 28, after paying Devontae Smith so much, I don't think I can. I think he's going to have to bite the bullet. Will Anderson's going to get this massive payday. It's going to be a 7-year contract. He resigns with the team. I have $8 million left. I can get Kenny Moore for another year. Spencer Richards wouldn't be bad. I did use him with a second-round pick on him. Alex Hall is just unfortunately not a bust. He just didn't... He's probably going to make it to an 85, but he's not going to... He didn't get what I wanted him to. So it wasn't a bad pick. He's not going to be there. Miles Jack, I might just want to tag. $8 million isn't enough for these guys. What about Spencer Richards? Is that enough to sign him? It's not. He wants a lot of money. I'm gonna tag Miles Jack. I'm going to give him team friendly. I'll see if he wants 3 years on that. He can't even accept that because of the... Team friendly, spread out his contract, and then drop the money so I can tag him. Do that. He doesn't want to sign. That's fine. I'm going to keep Miles Jack for another year. He's a 90 overall X Factor. He's been putting up at least 120 tackles for us per year. We're going to have to let Tank Dell go, which is really, really unfortunate. But I can't afford him. Kenny Moore is going to have to walk. I need a DB now, and with Alex Hall gone, that sucks. Spencer Richards, I'm going to need to draft a new right tackle and a new right guard. So let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up wide receiver Bryce Williams. Not going to be a slot guy for sure. Probably Jerry Jeudy's going to be in there. 6'5", 218, 92 speed, great athleticism, hidden dev, A-spec catch, B catching. He looks great. He's going to be pick number 32 in the draft. In the third round, I'm picking up Nick Buckner, center out of Michigan State. I'm going to move him to right guard. Hidden dev, 83 strength, 22 years old. A impact blocking, A finesse, A stamina, A pass block power, F run block. That's fine though. He's going to move to right guard. I'm going to move my second string left tackle to right tackle. Here we are after the draft. Buckner is a 74 overall. Looks like the AI picked up this guy named Rowe, apparently. 65 overall. He's 21. He could have something here. The other guy I'm going to have to pay, so I don't want to pay that left tackle there. He is starting right tackle. The AI picked him up in probably like the 5th round, so he's going to start just in case. Williams is a 72 overall. Going to move him up to receiver 3 here. Team is so stacked. Defensively, I need to work on the DBs for sure. That is a problem. How good is Calhoun? 6'1", 208, 88 speed, 91 acceleration. Zone coverage sucks. Man coverage is 78? Well, if your zone coverage sucks, why are you playing safety, dude? Play DB. Where are you going, bro? You're not going anywhere, as a matter of fact. You're playing on this team. Even though you're 26 years old, can use you for a little bit for sure. We're going to have him there. Williams is not going to be the slot because he is 6'5". That would be a crazy slot. Devontae Smith is just going to hog the reps there. But that's fine with me. Anyways, it's now time to move into, what, the 6th season? Let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark because we are 5-1, third in the division. The Jaguars and the Titans are just balling now. Okay, we got a breakout running back in Dameon Pierce. Man, I'm still upset about the loss last week. Dog, we had a bye week last week. I don't know what you're smoking. How could you be upset with having a day off? Okay. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, DB is going to need to be the scouting national focus. That is the weakness of this team. Thankfully, I think I saw it as the strength of the class there. But players ready to negotiate. We don't really have a lot of money. Laramie Tunsil's here. That's going to be a problem. Phil Harris needs to be a #1 need. Sean Elliott. Philip Walton is just a depth player. This guy, Moses Way, I forgot about him. Philip Harris needs to be your 7-year deal, wants to play for the team. He resigns. $2.6 million left. Are we going to, yeah, we're probably going to have to drop Laramie Tunsil, Miles Jack. Deshaun Elliott's going to have to go. Paying your quarterback, your 99 X-Factor quarterback is a problem. But let's move into the playoffs. Here we are, top of the division. We ain't going to take crap from no one. 13-4, taking the division. Rest of y'all can have a wild card. Don't matter if you're 12-4. Sit down. Coming off a blowout win to the Colts, secures us the division. CJ Stroud, show me that MVP, baby. Lamar Jackson, another second place. Come on, CJ Stroud. Enough of this second place. You're a Super Bowl champion, baby. First best offense, 22nd defense. Never mind. 5,400 yards, 44 touchdowns, 14 receptions is still too many. Almost 114 passer rating. Dameon Pierce, I forgot to look at the breakout challenge, but whatever. 1,400 yards, 5.5 per carry, 24 touchdowns. That's worth of an X factor. Devontae Smith, 1 yard shy of 1,700 yards, 117 receptions, 14 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 8 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Bryce Williams, the rookie, 907 yards, 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Miles Jack, 151 tackles. That's why I franchise tagged him. Tackles for a loss, 18 for Will Anderson. Sacks, 26 for Will Anderson, 9.5 for Phil Harris. He's really more of a run stuffer, and 7 interceptions for Derek Stingley. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Larry Hannon. I believe that was like my 4th round pick. Anyways, let's move in to see who we're playing in the divisional round, see if we can go back-to-back in Super Bowls. 12-5 Tennessee Titans. We're 6 overalls higher. Sit down, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes, sir. 31-13 here to face the 12-5 Miami Dolphins. I'm going to skip out on this. We've already won the Super Bowl. I want to see what we can do. I want to see if the AI can just give it to us. Evidently not. Niners Dolphins Super Bowl as we get blown out 42-24. Let's move in to the offseason. And Fred Warner wins the Super Bowl MVP as the Niners barely beat the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson wins league MVP with the Giants. I think that's back-to-back as well. Will Anderson wins back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years as well, which is awesome to see. Let's see the team upgrades. Dameon Pierce should have X Factor. He does get X Factor as he is now in 99. Ooh, Williams has Superstar Dev. Did he get that? He did earn Superstar Dev. So Tank Dell's replacement is immediate, and I don't have to pay him. That's the best of both worlds. I guess they just cut my right tackle. I guess. No, they just started this guy instead. So actually, I'm not going to change his position because I'm probably going to replace him after this season anyways. So that really doesn't matter to me. Defensively, Deron Jackson, I forgot to mention that, is a star dev now. Phil Harris still doesn't have X Factor. Yeah, I need a DB pretty desperately, and I need depth at my D-line. That would be pretty nice. I don't know how this defense is considered the 22nd best defense. Need to replace Deshaun Elliott. I guess Deron Jackson's going to do that, but he might replace Miles Jack as well. Let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, Kevin Byard, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Aaron Jones all retire. Wow. A lot of this generation is gone. Negative 550 in cap room. Really, if I just had a little bit more money, I could tag Miles Jack. I won't be able to do it now. Can I do like a 5-year and then just dump out his contract completely? I don't think I will be able to. Yeah, I'm going to be short. Miles Jack, Laramie Tunsil, Deshaun Elliott's, and our backup running backs are going to be lost. Negative 550,000. Let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up defensive back out of Syracuse with only normal depth, which sucks. Oh, okay. B zone coverage, A tackle, A hit power. This looks good, but it's just normal dev, which sucks. Which I'm not going to lie, I kind of reached on this here. It was projected like a 2 to 3 rounder, but there wasn't any good DBs on the board. I had pick 30. It's kind of hard picking a good DB unless I trade up, so I guess I have to trade up for one. But for now, this guy, I'm going to start him so that way he can potentially get started. In the second round, though, getting better luck, getting Deshaun Elliott's replacement, middle linebacker Jonathan Bates out of Miami, 6'3", 240, hidden dev, 87 speed, great athleticism, A zone coverage, B tackle. He looks pretty good. Here we are moving into year number 7. I'm going to have Rowe as my starting. Actually, is he the starting right tackle? Yeah, he is. He's already 72, so that's fine. He's going to be the starting right tackle for now until I get that figured out. The offensive line class really sucked, but apparently the AI just loves picking up random running backs in the later rounds because I have so much depth at running back, but I never pick them. They're like 5th round picks. Bates is going to be my new left outside linebacker, so that was a good 2nd round pick. And I'm going to make sure my other DB does get that star dev because not having Alex Hall, I believe it was, as my first round pick, that was rough. Samuels was the guy, I believe. So Eric Samuels out of Syracuse, 75 overall. That's a good pick. It's just not the dev tree. It's just what I'm missing. Anyways, again, I need more depth at middle linebacker now, but now I don't have to pay him. Logan Wilson, is this the final year of your contract? Because I know I'm paying you a lot. I hope it is. Yeah, I'm paying you $18 million a year. I'm gonna have to draft a lot of linebackers for these replacements. I need a new right tackle. I think he's fine. Well, Lermy Tunsil's gone. Damn, that's raw. Okay, I need a new offensive tackles for sure. Let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 6-1 top of the division. Titans and Colts are still contesting with us. It used to be the Jaguars contesting with us, but I guess not anymore. Is DB still going to be the thing I need? I'm going to go middle linebacker here because I'm not going to have Logan Wilson. I still need more depth at linebacker for sure. It looks like defense has always been the problem this entire rebuild. Players ready to negotiate. Jerry Jeudy is here. He wants to be here. I'm cool with the 4-year deal. I'm cool with that. Here he signs. Sam Rayburn. Not that bad at all. I'll do 6 years with that. Here he signs. Logan Wilson can walk. Dono Glenn, I need on this team for 6 years. Cheap contract. See, this is why you need to sign players that are lower overalls whenever they're younger, so that way you don't have to pay them as much and over long-term contracts too. Don't need a 2nd-string running back because the AI just always gives me good ones anyways. So all these other guys can walk, don't care. I have $12 million left in the tank for us. So let's move into the playoffs. Here we are, once again, the playoffs, 13-4. No first-round bye here to face the 10-7, 87 overall Jets. 4 overalls higher than them, I think, coming off a win to the Bears. CJ Stroud, another 5,000-yard season, 6th best offense. First best defense, that's great. 5,000 yards, 44 touchdowns, 11 touchdowns, 111 pass rating. I'm pretty sure he had like a season that was like exactly the same as this. God, I got dry throat. Anyways. Dameon Pierce, I guess it's because I've been recording for almost like 2 hours. Haven't had any damn water, even though I live in Florida. And I just open my mouth and a thunderstorm will come in. Anyways, Dameon Pierce, 22 touchdowns, 5.4 per carry, 1,300 yards. Looking at it receiving-wise, Devontae Smith continues to ball, 13 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Jerry Jeudy, almost 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Bryce Williams, first 1,000-yard season with 8 touchdowns. That's nice to see. Defensively, Logan Wilson, 112 tackles. Deron Jack, I forgot that we lost Miles Jack. He was so good. He was giving us like 150 tackles per year. But Deron Jackson, 110 is nice as well. 23 tackles for Dexter Lawrence, tackles for a loss for Dexter Lawrence, and 27.5 sacks for Will Anderson. That might have broken the record. Phil Harris with 13.5, Dexter Lawrence with 9. 5 interceptions for Eric Samuels. That's definitely Rookie of the Year. Glad to see that I drafted him. 1 safety for Will Anderson, 0 defensive touchdowns. So looks like our new safety Samuels is actually going to do very, very well in the league, other than Alex Hall, because Alex Hall was just a bust. Not really. He just didn't pan out the way I wanted him to. Again, we beat the Jets, 4 overalls higher than them, and we do. 37-34. This is where it ends. 92 overall Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is 98 now, so he's regressing, but okay, let's go. Here to face the Las Vegas Raiders once again. I don't want to screw this up again. We're in year 7. We only have 1 Super Bowl win, but we have 2 conference championships wins. Let's get another conference championship wins. They have Deebo Samuel. That's interesting. Here we are against the Las Vegas Raiders. Opening drive. Oh my God. They're just slapping us. Opening. Okay. 14-10. Come on. First lead of the game. 24-14. What a flip. We were down 14-0 at one point. Going into the half at 24-14. Now it's 21-24. Offense, don't choke this comeback. Good stuff. Good stuff. 33-21. Did we miss the extra point? 28-33. And we're going back to the Super Bowl. We own the Raiders in the conference championship. CJ Stroud with 2 touchdowns. Tyler really not seeming to be doing very good in the conference championships. But let's move into the Super Bowl. Here we are in the Super Bowl once again against the Detroit Lions. They still haven't won a Super Bowl. So imagine if we push them away again. That would be crazy. Anyways, let's see what we got. Yeah, of course, Devontae Smith is an X factor. I still need those new offensive tackles because I don't want to pay those ones. Any other upgrades? Bates is only star dev, which kind of sucks. Dexter Lawrence gets superstar dev as he is a 99. Samuels goes from normal to superstar? What a pick, dude. Even though it was normal dev, he still became a baller regardless. Sometimes their athleticism outplays their skills. Let's see what we got against the Lions. Here we are against the Detroit Lions is this their home stadium? No, I think it's no, it's not the Raiders. I think it's the Cowboys. Anyways, it is the 14-7 start here and 21-7. Okay, 21-10 at halftime, 24-10 as we had the ball to start with. Still just need to hold this. Good stuff defense, good stuff offense. 31-10. Yeah, we're going to push the Detroit Lions away again, as they had 2 chances to beat us and still have not won a Super Bowl, this time blowing them out 31-10. Let's see who our Super Bowl MVP is. Your Super Bowl MVP once again is CJ Stroud. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. Buster Cherry, 3-time head coach of the year. And Will Anderson, 3-time defensive player of the year is crazy. We've already seen the team upgrades. Let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, every Titans player retires. They got Matt Milano, Kazir White, Marlon Humphrey, Alex Kappa, Calvin Ridley on the Jaguars, and DeForest Buckner on the Colts, all retired. DeForest Buckner and Calvin Ridley retiring is huge for us. We're not going to be able to re-sign anyone because we only have $1.5 million. I didn't want these guys anyways. Logan Wilson gets another ring before he gets to walk away. Don't have any money, so I'm not going to participate in free agency. Let's get to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up right outside linebacker Sheldon Bonds out of Oklahoma. He looks so good. A zone coverage, A tackle. He has F power moves, but B pursuit. He has great athleticism too. He was supposed to be a second round pick. I picked him up at pick 32, but still, maybe you can get that dev. That's what we're going to look for. I've been missing on these dev traits really in this simulation, which kind of sucks. But in the second round, basically a third round pick because it's pick 32, picking up a center who I'm going to move to right guard. Then I'm going to move, actually, I'm going to skip all that. This guy's going to be my new right tackle. I don't care if he's moving from center right tackle. He has the size, 6'3", 311. Definitely has the athleticism with the jumping and the acceleration. 84 strength, A impact blocking, lead block, pass block. He can definitely move to right tackle just fine. And in the third round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Deron Moody. Great athleticism other than his strength. 6 foot, 226, hidden dev. B zone coverage, B awareness. For a third round pick, that's pretty good. Here we are moving into year number 8. I guess we lost our left tackle. So, Kerry Cook, you're going to be moving from center to left tackle. I know it's the complete opposite of your position. Don't care. You have B pass blocking, A run blocking. You have nice size. A pause, you know what I meant there. Yeah, you're still 72 overall, so you're fine. You're going to move there. Or could I move Kenyon Green there? That may be more realistic to move Kenyon Green there, but whatever. It is what it is now. This is the team we got. So stacked. X-Factor receiver, 2 superstar receivers, X-Factor 99 running back, 99 receiver, 99 quarterback. Good offensive line for the most part. Moody is a 74. Bonds, 74. Good pick. Just doesn't have the dev, which is really annoying. Specialist. I want Bonds to be the starter for the sub linebacker, just that way he can get all the reps and potentially get defensive rookie of the year. That's what I'm aiming for. But anyways, it's now time to move into the 8th season and the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, 6-1 at the top of the division. Again, I really want to go 17-0 at one point. Breakout QB, he's a 99. I don't care. I don't care. He's a 99. But scouting national focus is going to be DB here. I would like to have more depth at DB and just better DBs in general. I'm usually really good at drafting, but for some reason, I just can't draft. I can't draft linebackers correctly, and I can't draft defensive tackles correctly in this rebuild. 5-year contract with Devontae. Would you be willing to do 4, man, please? And he resigns on 4 years. I'm glad that you can actually negotiate the years now. In previous Madden, they were like, no, either more years or no years at all. But Isaiah Simmons, I'll do 2 years on that. He resigns on that. Jalen Petrie, damn, my team is old now. I'll do 3 years on that. He resigns. I'm glad I can take these contracts down. Deron Jackson, see, I don't have to pay him nearly as much as I would have to pay Miles Jack, and he's going to be a long-term guy for us. 5-year contract. Isaac Haywood, don't need. All these guys don't need. I only have 8.5 million to spend anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are as we are 14-3, top the division, first round bye. We're in the greens everywhere except defensive passing game, apparently. Coming off against a blowout win to the Titans, pushing them out of the playoffs. Good stuff. Stats and awards. CJ Stroud balling. That's MVP. That's MVP. Yes, sir. 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time league MVP, and 3-time conference champion. He is definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. Best offense in the NFL, 9th best defense. I want to see where he ranks. Where does he rank? CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is ranked as the 2nd best quarterback of all time right now. Is Brady not here? Oh yeah, because technically people just dumped his stats, so we don't see Brady, but so technically CJ Stroud would be the 3rd best. Brady would be number 1, but Patrick Mahomes is at the top here. He only has 1 Super Bowl win and 2 conference championship wins. We have the same amount of yearly awards though. So how does he? I guess he's been in the league longer, so he has more stats to his name. So I guess that's why he's more legacy. But CJ Stroud is on track to beat Patrick Mahomes. That's how crazy he is. Let's see who we're going to be facing in the divisional round. Wow, that is really, really good. The 10-7 Jacksonville Jaguars, who are division rivals, they're in 86. We're in 93. We're, what, 7 overalls higher? Yeah. 35-27 here to face the 12-5 Kansas City Chiefs. We're both in 93. It's going to be a shootout. I want to jump into this one just to see how it goes. Let's move into it. Here we are against the Kansas City Chiefs. 7-0 start for us as they scored nothing on their opening drive, but they respond with 7 points. We respond with 3. We do 17 now. They respond with 7 as well. 21-20, they take their first lead of the game. 28-21 as we get the 2-point conversion. 35-21, 2-point lead, 2-score lead, I mean. Okay, we just turned it on. 4th quarter, we were just like, yeah, we're not taking this anymore. We're going back-to-back Super Bowls, baby. Let's move into it. Here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the Seattle Seahawks. Imagine if we played the Lions 3 times in a row in the Super Bowl. But let's see what we got. Team upgrades. Offensively, we're the exact same. Cook is just a star dev. That's fine. Defensively, we haven't seen what Moody's like yet. But we're just going to leave him there. Don't want to screw anything up. Harris, X Factor. Dexter Lawrence, X Factor. Harris was total A-plus pick. Samuel's already up to an 85 superstar. He was an A-plus pick as well. Already developing very nicely, even though he started as a normal. So even if you have a normal dev player that you pick, just make sure you start him. And also, my right outside linebacker got start dev, I think. But let's move in to the Super Bowl. Here we are at the Seattle Seahawks division rival stadium, the San Francisco 49ers. They didn't even take out the Niners logo at the back of the end zone. But it's a 10-0 start for the Seahawks. 17-7. 10-17. 13-17. Offense has got to do more. Offense, wake up. You got to do more. 2020. Come on. Defense is holding nicely. Offense, you got to do something. 23-22. Oh, they're going to pin it in the final seconds. 25-23. It's fine. It's still a conference championship win. That is just unfortunate for us. Their new quarterback is Tua. That's who we lost to. Whatever. Let's move into the Super Bowl MVP. And Tua wins the Super Bowl MVP. CJ Stroud wins the league MVP. Buster Cherry, 4th year in a row getting Coach of the Year. And Will Anderson Jr. with the 4th year in a row getting Defensive Player of the Year. Our right outside linebacker didn't get Rookie of the Year, which is unfortunate. Also, did I look at the stats? I think I did. I don't know. I've already forgot. We're about to move into year 9. Long recording session. Yes, Bonds does get star dev. Jalen Petrie gets X Factor as well. I did not notice that before. Also, hold up. What did I just see? Did the guy that I picked in the 3rd round, I think, Moody, got X Factor? Oh, he's the starter. He's the starter. That's that. No, is he going to be the starter? I'll move him to right outside linebacker for now. And then I'm going to move the other guy, my right outside linebacker, to middle linebacker so that way we can have depth there at the middle linebacker position. Wow, that is crazy that I drafted an X Factor in like the 3rd round. Whatever. I mean, wow, dude. Anyways, he's Bonds. I said move to middle linebacker. Stop. He really doesn't want to give up his position. I know you worked really hard for that year 1. Don't care. I need you to move back to your middle linebacker position. But, man, what a baller team. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 X Factors on defense, even though some of them are aging quite quickly. Anyways, let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, Tony Pollard retires on the Tennessee Titans. Wow, even Tony Pollard is retiring. He's like, what, 26 in real life? 25? Something like that. I don't want any of these guys here. I'm negative, almost a negative million in cap room anyway, so I can't do it if I wanted to. Let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm selecting normal development. Again, I'm just not hitting this video. It's unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. We've had 4 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Super Bowl wins, and our quarterback is a 99 for most of the rebuild. Don't care. He's still going to be a good piece. In the second round, I'm picking up right guard Philip Cooper, who I'm going to move to right tackle. 6'5", 341, big boy, definitely can play right tackle. 89 strength, 78 acceleration, hidden depth, A, run block power, and B, awareness. Here we are moving into year 9. Rowe is up to an 80 overall, but he's already, what, 25? Something like that? So maybe Cooper may not be the guy. It depends if he wants to be here or not, but 24? Not bad. I might just leave him there. I did not expect him to go from a 65 to an 80 in 3 years, which is not bad at all. But Cooper's just going to be a second string for now. I'll wait. Maybe Kenyon Green retires. We don't know. Devontae Smith is regressing. And Moody, he's going to be great. And yeah, Roper was the first round pick that I had for my defensive tackle, who didn't really turn out to be too good. Can I put him there? No, Adams is there. Roper is going to be second string. Roper, what a terrible last name, dude. So close to sounding like something else. But again, picking DBs late round, you can't really do it because all DBs are high round. I'm not trading up because we make it to the Super Bowl, so it really doesn't matter. So honestly, let's move into the playoffs. Second to last year, why not? Here we are, 12-5, top of the division, coming off a win to the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, in the playoffs again, 95 overall team. CJ Stroud, once again, being a baller, best offense in the NFL. What is our defense before I look at anything? Second best defense. Back-to-back league MVPs. Let's go. He has what am I talking about? 5,400 yards, 48 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I don't think there's been a single year where he's had single-digit interceptions, but 116 pass rating. Dameon Pierce, 12 touchdowns, 4.9 per carry, 1,400 yards. Devontae Smith, 117 receptions, 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, all-time high year for him. Jerry Jeudy, 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Bryce Williams, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Deron Jackson, 119 tackles for a loss, 16 for Phil Harris, sacks, 23.5 for Will Anderson, 14 for Phil Harris, 12.5 for Dexter Lawrence, interceptions 3 for Derek Stingley, safeties 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Jalen Petrie. But hopefully none of our players retire because we still got one more year after this. Let's see if we can beat the New England Patriots to move on to the divisional round. I think we're like 10 overalls higher than them. Yeah, we blew them out. Yeah, we're 11 overalls higher than the Cincinnati Bengals. They're in 84. We're in 95. We should beat them. We do. 28-21 here to face once again the Raiders in the conference championship. I'm not hopping into this again. They're 17-0, actually. I did not realize that before I simulated it. We lose. No, we win. 34-31. We beat the 17-0 Las Vegas Raiders, and we're here for our 3rd Super Bowl in a row. 5 conference championship wins, but only 2 Super Bowl wins so far. Let's see if we can change that here. Any upgrades offensively? No. Cooper only has start av. Defensively, dude, so many X factors. Dude's already up to a 78 and didn't really even play that much. Team's crazy. Hopefully Jalen Petrie stays another year because I can use him another year. Let's see if we can beat the San Francisco 49ers for our 3rd Super Bowl win of the rebuild. Here we are against the San Francisco 49ers. They start out 3-0, 6-0 now. We get our first points in the second quarter, 7-6. Offense needs to wake up. We have the best offense in the league and the second best defense. Come on now. 21-9 at halftime. Didn't opened up with nothing, but we get a touchdown there. 28-9. Defense was holding strong so well. Yeah, defense holding strong so well, and offense putting up 38 points. Getting our 3rd Super Bowl win of this 10-year rebuild. CJ Stroud is probably the greatest quarterback of all time now in terms of the legacy score. So let's see who our Super Bowl MVP is. Probably CJ Stroud again. And CJ Stroud, 3-time Super Bowl winner, 3-time league MVP, and 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Buster Cherry does not win Coach of the Year here. It's, of course, the Raiders coach going 17-0. But we ended that. He was 17-1. Well, technically, he would have the first round bye, so 18-1. Let's see if CJ Stroud is proclaimed as the best quarterback in the league behind Tom Brady, because, of course, we won't be able to see Tom Brady in the legacy score, because to get him out of your leagues, you just have to change him to like a 12 overall punter. But legacy score, Buster Cherry, I'm the greatest coach of all time. Let's go Buster Cherry, better than John Madden, guy who has a game after him. Yeah, CJ Stroud beating him by 4,000 legacy points, having 3 more conference championships, 2 more Super Bowls, and wow, 5 more yearly awards. Yeah, definitely better than Patrick Mahomes. He could be better than Brady. Already 3 Super Bowl wins. He could get up there. Let's move into the re-signers. Yeah, I know. I'm aware I just said let's move into the re-signers. I mean the re-signings. It's getting late into the rebuild. We're about to get to year 10. But Jamal Adams retires on the Titans. George Kittle on the Colts. Brian O'Neill on the Colts. Braden Smith on the Colts. 2 right tackles. Interesting. Okay. That's quite weird to see George Kittle on the Colts or Jamal Adams on the Titans. Dexter Lawrence is here. Do want him back. A 2-year deal. He resigns. $2.6 million. Can't resign Kenyon Green. Juice Scruggs, I won't be able to resign. I can't resign my right guard. Bryce Williams, I can't. Bro, what? Where's all our money? I thought I was compensating for this. Oh my, 5 years. Dump his contract completely. I'm going to tag Kenyon Green if I can, potentially. Can I do this? 900K. Yeah, I can. I can definitely tag Kenyon Green here if I can completely dump his contract. Let's do this. Dump it all the way there. He's not going to re-sign that. That's fine. Going to go into negative cap room. I'm going to lose my center. Going to lose my right guard. Going to lose my receiver 3. And going to lose my right tackle. But I have a right tackle to replace him. So I'm really realistically losing my center, my right guard, and my receiver 3. So I'm going to try and redraft my offensive lineman for the final year. So let's get to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up our new slot receiver, 96 speed. I don't care if he has normal dev. That's obviously proven to not matter in our rebuilds. A deep route, B spec catch, C release. He seems pretty good, especially for a slot with his speed. Here we are moving into the 10th and final season. Really not that good of an offensive line class. I was really struggling here, but let's move this guy to right guard. He's a left tackle. I don't care. It's his opposite position. He's playing right guard, and I need him there because the right guard that I picked up in the 4th round wasn't really that good. So he's going to be a 69. Nice. And this is going to be the team going to the 4th and final year with the tagged Kenyon Green. Wow. What a baller team that we have built. I still got to pay this guy. Still got to pay my linebackers. And I won't be able to afford them. So I don't know how I made it through this rebuild with such a tight cap space. As soon as I had to pay CJ Stroud, things didn't really go downhill because we started winning, but you know what I mean. Anyways, 10th and final season. Let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the 10th and final year, 13-4, top the division, first round bye, coming off a win to the Saints. Stats and awards. Let's finish with the good one, CJ Stroud. Honestly, his worst season. His worst season. 7th best offense, 2nd best defense. I gotta see that. 95 pass rating is by far his worst season. I think the lowest pass rating before this was like 105, which is good. What? Wow. Yeah. It is 106, 105.7 in his 2nd year. Worst season yet. Most interceptions. Tied for most interceptions like from his rookie year. I guess this is the start of his regression. 2nd year below 5,000 yards. His lowest amount of yards. Is this the lowest amount of touchdowns? It is his lowest amount of touchdowns, tied for most interceptions, lowest amount of yards, lowest passer rating. Got sacked 26 times, though. Like, literally in his MVP season, he got sacked 39 times. Yeah, just his worst season of the entire rebuild. But hey, doesn't mean we still can't win the Super Bowl because we still have a first-round bye. So there's that. 7th best offense, 2nd best defense. Just really weird for him. Dameon Pierce, 15 touchdowns, 5.1 per carry, 1,400 yards. Devontae Smith, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 10 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Kevin Morrison, the rookie, with 6 touchdowns, almost 900 yards. Not bad, but not great. Deron Jackson, 127 tackles, putting up the Miles Jack numbers. That's what I like to see. Derek Stingley with 106. Tackles for a loss. 11 for Will Anderson. Sacks. 27.5 for Will Anderson. 13 for Phil Harris. 6 for Dexter Lawrence. Really, Dexter Lawrence did kind of nothing. 6 sacks, only 4 tackles for a loss. That's kind of disappointing. 4 interceptions for Derek Stingley. Safety, 0 to offensive touchdowns, 0. I think this is where we see the downfall of this dynasty. We're not going to see it, though, because thankfully this is where the rebuild ends, and I don't got to rebuild it again. But let's see what we got here. Here to face off against the 10-7 Indianapolis Colts. Can we beat them? We are, whole 5 overalls higher than them. Doesn't matter sometimes. Here to face, God, dude, we have to face them every time. So annoying to face them every time, but we are now 7. Yes, 7 overalls higher than them. Can we go to 4 Super Bowls in a row? Let's see. We do. Here to face the Seahawks once again. Here to get our revenge. In this one, I'm not even going to hop into. I don't care. They're an 82. We're a 93. We're 11 overalls higher. Let's just see it. I'm not even going to waste any time. 11 overalls higher. This should be a blowout. Let's see it. What, dude? You're going to tell me Tua wins with an 82 overall team. Joe Nolan wins the Super Bowl MVP. Buster Cherry wins Coach of the Year again. It's so stupid how we lost on that. But still, what? He has 6 conference championships, 3 Super Bowl wins. He's 3 for 3 in the Super Bowl. Still an amazing, amazing rebuild. Great way to finish off the rebuild. We definitely had a peak there at one point. I would say our peak was like two seasons ago, for sure. That's whenever we started to turn it on. Great team, especially on the defense. Had so many X factors. 99 Stroud, 99 Pierce, had a 99 Devontae Smith. Had a superstar receiver, couldn't pay him. But team was amazing. Legacy score. Dude's definitely going to be the best quarterback of all time, according to the legacy score, not including Tom Brady. Legacy score of all time. Wow, he's number 2, right below Myles Garrett. Didn't even appear in a conference championship. He just had 21 awards. He's still playing. I don't know. I guess that's going to be our next achievement. But Myles Garrett's been in the league for a lot longer than CJ Stroud, but he's the best quarterback of all time. So we're going to end off on that note. Thank you guys all for watching all the way to the end of this 10-year rebuild. If you made it here, let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you do like the video. Let's try to get 80 likes on this video. And apart from that, guys, once again, I thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one.